Wow. Dude, amateur an hour around here. Hey, we're gonna do that whole thing again, Snark. Let's do it. We gotta do it for YouTube. We gotta act like that didn't just happen.
Okay.
All right, guys, Red Alert 2 World Series Professional Division action, and it is the matchup of the century here. Those of you guys catching it live, you may have just heard me say this. Those of you guys on YouTube, we're doing it again for you. I messed up the settings in the last game. Super weapons are now on. We're rocking and rolling. We got Osama in yellow out of Egypt here on the right side. We got Legend, the God of Thunder, in red on the Legend on the left side, Osama on the right side. Now, here's the big question right now, guys. Last week, if you missed the game, Legend versus Osama. Osama wrecked Legend, going Yuri Soviet swap. So this week, the question is, we give Osama just Yuri, we give Legend just Soviet. Legend, one of the best Yuri killers in the world. Osama trying to prove if he is, in fact, the best Yuri player on CncNet right now. We shall see. Best of 7. We got a preset map pool picked by the players to keep things even. Snark, I've already asked you how you're feeling about 5 times today, but tell us again, how are you feeling?
Well, like you just said, Ivor, it is the best Yuri player on the Western Front for sure, and we've got the Yuri killer on the other side. So what happens when you have the best Yuri player versus the Yuri killer? Well, for starters, the Yuri killer takes his airport early on, right there in the top right. That's how you open the game. Early pressure, sentry guns coming up. Here we go.
I love it. I love it. So, yeah, these guys, we did just run that first point of this map with the wrong settings. So these guys got a little bit of a warm-up, and I love Legend in here coming in very different. I totally missed that. Grabs the airport, now building sentry guns, very annoying, but a nice counter there with the bunker and the lasher to handle that. But now it's annoying. He does have to deal with the airport, and of course, that's what the Soviet player wants to do, slow down the Yuri player. That's a great early opening. Now a Rhino on the front steps as well.
Yeah, so these sentry guns are going to keep coming as the Rhinos come to help out the sentry gun line.
Oh my
You did
gosh.
notice that Osama lost his radar for that, and that puts him behind. And he also doesn't have the paradrop now, although that brute just melting that Rhino beautifully there. Sentry gun pressure keeping up.
Wow, and I love that Mike, the Rhino's waypointed in here, the sentry gun. This is what you love to see at the top level. You know, you see it all the time in the YouTube comments. People say, oh, he was trying to block.
So close. He was so close.
Oh, and now the mag can outrange that sentry. But I love this. You know, you always see everyone saying, oh, it's always the same thing every game. It's not always the same thing every game, boys. Yeah, you look closely, you get wacky stuff like this at the top level, and you love to see it. Now a barracks, and Legends smoking this one to the filter. Now the paradrop and the forward barracks. Another bunker from Osama. You love to see it. A little trench warfare here.
Filter's long gone. He's smoking his own hand at this point. Better be careful not to burn himself, though.
Double barracks. He goes double barracks. Takes down that one bunker. Mag juggling the Rhinos. And Legend's got money in the bank. He's got 2K to support this. Another bunker goes down.
The pressure is crazy.
Wow.
Osama might actually be in trouble here, but he keeps putting out those bunkers. That's going to be helpful. Bringing in the miner for extra fodder and defense here. Currently, the war factory being targeted. That sentry gun targeting the war factory is doing so much damage. It has to go down now. It does go down. Can he save it? Can he save it? He's not repairing. He was broke.
Wow, that was so close to saving that war factory. And had he saved that war factory, and a Yuri Prime to counter this. Now,
dude, wow. He got the battle lab out. He has a Yuri Prime on the field, but the miner's in the front being targeted.
Yuri Prime. Oh, Yuri Prime takes the sentry, sells the sentry. Now a miner being targeted. Legend keeping the pressure on here. And what a man! You know, I got the YouTube comment this morning that I always get. Someone said, "You guys are swearing too much and you talk too much." I said, "You know why? I'm fucking excited. Okay? How can I not be swearing and talking too much when you got stuff like this going on?"
Dude, Osama with relentless pressure. All of a sudden, the turns have tabled as Dooflike saying, Osama has the super weapon out.
No.
Legend doesn't even have a battle lab out. Legend only now gets his battle lab out. Osama with a super weapon on the field with bunkers everywhere. His only problem is the economic one. He's completely broke.
Surely all of that work for Legend will have to convert to a win here, but you're right. Crazier things have happened, and we've seen that before where players press in early, they kind of sell the farm, as you say, doing everything they can on the other team's home front, and they fall behind on their macro, as we saw, you know, the Battle Lab now just coming out late on the super weapons here at the 5-minute mark. Genetic Mutator already out for Osama. Legend needs to get the Iron Curtain out, he needs to keep the pressure on, and he needs to, he needs to drop the hammer. Desolator topside harassing the slaves, I love that, to slow down Osama's economy even more. Osama's gonna be broke for a long time.
That's exactly his Achilles heel right now, is his economy. He's ahead in the tech game, but he doesn't have any money, and these Desolators are slowing him down even further. Legend throwing away 2 Rhinos for free, not going to be able to get that oil like he wants to, but doing a phenomenal job at keeping Osama on the back foot while he techs up. The Iron Curtain is on the field, Genetic Mutator ready to be popped.
Yeah, and Desolator's out, Iron Curtain now in play. Now the Genetic Mutator to grind these brutes, try to kickstart his economy a little bit, but yeah, he's well, yeah. I mean, normally at this point in the game, if the Yuri didn't have an economy underneath him, would be GG's. But the fact that Legend also doesn't have an economy under him and was behind on tech, it did kind of even things out. Now you see grinding those slaves. 6K in the bank now for Osama and the discs in play. Very late disc here at the 6-minute mark, but Legend. Wow.
Ooh, throwing away some units down there at the bottom. Osama doing a perfect job at recovering, and I think Osama is back in the game big time after that early push from Legend. Really, really well done on his part.
Yeah, industrial plant out does allow you to build tanks cheaper. That'll be nice for Legend's
and
economy.
faster.
Wait, industrial plant is just cost, right?
But speed of unit building is based on
not necessarily.
cost.
They're different settings though. I'm under the impression the industrial plant only affects cost. But
does not.
It's really?
Wait. Okay. If anybody knows, Kane knows. If anybody knows, Kane knows. I take it back.
I see. Oh, I love.
Ivor's right this one.
Wow, I never know more things than Snark. I'm gonna frame that one. Okay, I love that. He got a handful of drones and a handful of rhinos, and the flax come in behind, try to overload some masterminds. Can he get away with much value?
Get the lab. Get the lab.
We'll get that. Oh, and the force shield comes. Damn, that was a nice little bundle, but yeah, all said and done, didn't get much value out of it.
Nah, he should have dove for the MCV or one of the super weapons. For some reason, he was busy fighting, and he got the army, but nothing else.
Legend now on a lot of dirt top left. Probably needs to amputate one of those. Oh, refineries he can build up to the top right. He's still got some nice patches though. Brutes coming, this coming. Yeah, and wow. And when it's all said and done, we settle into a nice little where you expect to be about the 8-minute mark. Everyone's got their super weapons. We start trading blows. But what a wild beginning to this. And you really got to give some credit to Osama for hanging in there early on and not just kind of getting frustrated when Legend was on his doorstep. It's tough to do early game. Keep your composure like that. Really speaks to Osama's mental fortitude.
Absolutely. And I suppose that is the reason we call him the best Yuri player in the Western world for sure. He's proving it right here, and a little concerning that Legend doesn't have his nuclear weapon. Even more concerning, Legend forced to use a defensive IC.
Yeah, the defensive IC is tough. I mean, when it really comes down to it, you look at a Yuri versus Soviet game, you follow the timeline, there is a ton of conscripts AFK bottom right. When you look at the timeline, it's really like nothing, super weapon, nothing, super weapon. And preferably those super weapons need to be downfield, getting offensive value. Conscript's about to go to work.
Genetic mutator for defense.
No.
Come on. Genetic mutator for defense.
Oh.
You knew it was coming, Ivor. You knew it was coming.
I'm always rooting for the conscripts, though. I feel like there's literally nothing that gets me more excited. If you were brain scanning my head, nothing lights me up more than a group of conscripts destroying a war factory. I just love it. It just really does it for me. Big push here from Osama.
Ooh, trying to overload. He's going to use the flak traps, suicide them, not the MCV, go for the battle lab. Okay, he's going for war factory. Might be able to get it. Legend got 2 miners in the meantime. Gets a war factory. One of the masterminds pops. Most of the flak tracks returned home. Oh, he's going to dive on the IC. Force shield.
This is a messy one. I don't see this. Oh, God,
wow.
When it's all said and done, Legend
Never mind.
got a lot of red on the field when that all settled.
Oh, and the psychic dominated to finish it off.
He said, is it over? Boom! Punch to the face. Wait, did the map not light back up again? Is the map still dark?
Some maps do that. Yeah, some maps do that. They stay a little bit darker, which
they
is
stay
very
dark
annoying.
forever. What it's like the endless dawn after a super weapon. That's pretty weird. Will a lightning storm light it back up again? That'd be fun.
Yeah, I suppose that's what happens when the psychic, the lightning storm lighted. Oh my God, I just got.
Yeah, I was like, why is he not laughing funnier and more at this like clearly hilarious joke I made? Okay, all right.
Oh, God.
Does Legend have a winning move here?
Legend, what do you do? Well, yeah, he has a winning move. He just needs to get 7 war factories up. Oh, he only has 2. Yeah, he's facing a player with 7 war factories.
Osama's broke.
7.
Osama's broke. Legend has 13k. There's an elite
This slave,
slave.
look at this slave. Look at this slave go.
If the elite slave destroys that war factory, Snark's shaving his head. It's as simple as that. Okay.
Oh, Legend attacking. He's gonna get him low power. Potentially. No, he didn't
could have got him low power. That'd have been huge.
Legend's FCV is going bye-bye.
The elite slave got the war factory. The elite slave got the war factory. Osama just ground a billion
And
brutes.
power.
No, wait. No way. It's okay. Oh, Osama has so much. Okay, there's a nuke coming. Oh, Legend has
he's low
Desos.
power. He's low power. No nuke, Ivor.
Oh, he needs to deploy those Desos yesterday. Okay.
No power, no MCV, no way to get power, no way to make an MCV. This is over.
You never say it's over when there's an elite slave. Oh, the elite slave died. Never mind. Well, certainly not the most boring game I've ever seen in my life. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, no kidding. Absolute bullshit. Yeah, Legend feels like he won the first game when we had the settings wrong, which is why he's a little bit
really frustrating. I take full responsibility. Things up a little bit. All right, here we go. Point number two. Rocking and rolling here. And yeah, Legend, tough. Again, guys, you guys who weren't catching this one live, basically we ran a first point. Legend believes he was ahead in that first point. It played quite a while until they got to tech and realized my super weapons were off. It's really no one's fault. Before the stream started, I was trying to beat a brutal AI with demo trucks only. Obviously, you can't do that with super weapons on, so I turned them off. Sue me. Snark's fault for not catching it before the game started. Anyway, we had to redo that point, and then Legend lost. I think he's a little bit upset. Anyway, the way she goes over to point number 2. It's best of 7. I think Legend's the kind of guy, he's not really fighting until there's a little blood in his mouth. You know what I mean? He's got to be down on the ropes before we really wake up the inner warrior in him. So we'll see what we get here. Point number 2.
Yeah, I don't know if you could call that first point down on the ropes. That early attack from Legend almost devastated Osama. That was a really close game. Osama just a beautiful lesson in defense there, really showing us how it's done. But this map is who chose this map, Ivor? I gotta know.
So the last pick was Yin Yang was Legend's pick. Malibu is Osama's pick.
Interesting. Osama picking
maybe
Malibu.
I'm mixing that up.
That's very interesting. Well, we do see an engineer in this flak track hiding behind a tree in the top left, center left, kind of. That's a Legend looking for a sneaky opportunity to get in and do some damage. We'll see if he's able to get away with that. He's bringing a Rhino on the front as well to try and get some pressure, a drone as well.
Yeah, early MCV moves here from both players. Both these guys pretty dialed on this map. The drone trying to catch that MCV move.
Flak, NG, flak, NG,
Huge.
flak, NG. Oh,
absolutely huge.
Oh, that hurts. That is painful right there.
Yep, and you know what? And you know, so many players, you know, they sneak in, they grab the war factory, and then they go home and they're proud of themselves. Legend's like, I'm not going anywhere. I like it here. I like it in the enemy space.
He's low power.
Psychic tower.
Okay, now he's high power.
He can target that
the
power
tower
plant,
goes
though.
down.
The sentries are in range of that power plant. You got to think. Mag out to defend. Wow, that psychic tower got this. Wow, and now the conscripts can take the power plant.
Oh god, this is devastating.
Although we did say that last game, no, this is much more severe, and that's gonna be GG's.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is over. Wow.
And I mean, God, with Legend, you got to expect it at this point. But I think on a map like this, you know, I love that though. You look at that, you're like, oh, he got lucky. It's like, no, there was a setup there, right? Like, he anticipated the MCV move. He had the drone to mirror the MCV move, and that drew Osama's attention to deal with that drone. And while that was happening, he was able to sneak the flak track in. It was well played. 1-1.
Yeah, definitely.
I love the Yuri Prime sneaking on the water on the top side. So the way that we did the map picks for this series was I had each player's pick 6 maps, and then I had the other player pick 3 from the other player's selection. So, Osama picked his 6 that
Oh,
he wanted. Legend picked the 3 from that to try to prevent, players getting like really one-sided maps. So
I love that.
yeah, try to
Oh,
keep
that's a brilliant system.
yeah, try to create a little bit of balance and really try to reduce, that feeling of being like, oh, I got robbed, because it's so funny, you're tempted to say, oh, we're all adults, they'll figure it out. It's like, no, if you let if you let an allied player pick a map versus a Soviet player, he will pick depth charge. He will pick like, there is no gentleman's game to it. These players will push the limits as much as possible. So, yeah, you gotta give some barriers here. Okay, here we go. It's 1-1 again, best of 7. Plenty more action going on here. Snark, you remember your game versus Ed when you had robot tanks and you were trying to prove to everybody that they're not the worst unit in the world, and they were up here in the water, and then Ed put you low power and they all sank.
Um, uh, um, I deny any affiliation
And it
to
was
robot tanks.
and like everyone in the
I,
chat, you were building the robot tanks, and we're all like, "Oh, this is such a bad idea." And then all of a sudden, you had a bunch, and they were going on the water, and everyone's like, "Let him cook, let him cook." Like Snark might be onto something, and then all of them getting dunked at the same time. That's amazing.
oh God, you need a clip compilation
Yeah, that would be
of
it.
all
That'd be the
the
first one. Uh,
of all the snark moments.
Curious Meister, catching one live, man. Yeah, you're in it, dude. Rock and roll. We got a bunch of you guys in here today, live on both YouTube and Twitch. Hope you guys are enjoying the games. Haven't been streaming much lately, but we do have a big tournament coming up this month in September. Big 2v2 tournament, so be sure to tune in. Follow your other Red Alert 2 streamers as well. Doof and Fortune's Chaos. You can find those links at redalert2.com. A lot of people have been, other people have been running some tournaments lately as well. You guys should check them out. A lot of Red Alert 2 content going on. The big 2v2 tournament, Snark, you got a teammate yet for the 2v2 tournament?
The 2v2 tournament.
Come on, Snark. Do you not have my...
Uh,
All right.
I gave a shout out to Zed last stream. He hasn't contacted me yet. I'm playing hard to get.
Oh, playing. Okay, you to play the field, see where things are at. All right, I like that. 2 Desolators here countering both the high and the low lane. And the Chaos Drone. A curious unit, rarely used at the top level, creates a chaos cloud that makes the units attack each other. Is that right, Snark?
Well, they attack anything in the area, so they won't necessarily attack each other. If your tanks are in the area, they'll attack your tanks. If his tanks are, they'll attack anything around them. They just go crazy. They don't know what friendly and non-friendly is anymore.
And do they
But
move? Will they move at the same time?
I think a small amount they do move, but they also disable desolators, and they're immune to desolation.
Oh, they're immune to radiation. Ah, that's interesting. Okay. I don't stream much Yuris. I normally stream regular Red Alert 2. Some of these Yuri mechanics, especially the ones that get rarely used, trick me a little bit. Interesting. So the Chaos Drone, the driver of the Chaos Drone, has a gas mask to prevent sucking in his own chaos gas, and it also prevents him from sucking in Desolator gas. Okay, I like that.
Yeah,
Checks out.
exactly. Yeah, we saw one in the museum the other day. Remember?
Yeah, the Red Alert 2 museum. That'd be great. Someone should make a fictitious Red Alert 2 museum with life-size, all the units. That'd be amazing. Take photos in the cab of the War Miner. Okay, Rhinos and Flax coming. Time to go hunting for Legend. What can you get done here?
Indeed. To answer Dutch Rick, yes. Chaos drones can be droned by terror drones.
Chaos drones can be droned by terror drones. They are immune to radiation. We all learned a lot here today. Take notes. Desolator harassing slaves.
Oh, he clicks the mastermind with 4 rhinos. Ah. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Legend needs to get out of there right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So the slaves do respawn. Not sure the logistical considerations of that. I guess there's like a small family in each one of the war miners that's giving birth to children constantly. But anyway, the Desolator wiping them out, though, is a pretty good way to slow down the Euro economy. Pretty common method. Does work well.
The museum actually asked us not to talk about that part, Ivor.
Yeah, they try to avoid that. They're like, that was, they're like, it was a different time when we thought that would be funny to put slaves in the game. I know, honestly, and terrorists too. I'm like, always want to like put like on my thumbnail.
Oh, the Yuri Prime!
Oh, Yuri Prime!
Oh, no, it goes over the water. It goes over the water. Oh, this is so annoying for Legend. Legend losing rhinos, and now a disc coming towards. I'm not sure why. There's so many flags there, and this Yuri Prime is just causing
Oh,
Terror when it's actually the Terror drone's job, and it's now going over the water, Ivor.
And he ICs himself out of that, and then gets some drones done. Does clean out that army. Now Rhino's going hunting. That disc gets cleaned up. Now surely Legend will not lose track of this Yuri Prime. I would assume
he brings out a chopper. He brings out a chopper to kill it.
Right. There's just no way.
But the disc is gonna defend.
And what a little curious game of rock paper scissors we have going on here. Yuri Prime beats MCV, Siege Chopper beats Yuri Prime, Disc beats Siege Chopper. He's gonna dive that Siege Chopper right on it. Oh, forgot what he was doing.
He's
he
just scouting. He's just scouting. Siege Chopper down to half life. That disc really does nasty damage on those Siege Choppers. And now Osama building towards the center with 5 war factories, gonna send all of his slave miners to the center to get all this money, and coming in with a scary army.
Yeah, it's a big army. He's now taking center control here. And you know, both these guys are doing a good job in terms of keeping, you know, each other on their toes, not letting either player play SimCity. But once we get into the 6-minute mark here, it just seems like Legend's behind.
Yeah, now the Yuri Prime coming in. Yuri Prime coming in. We better watch that, Legend. You better watch that. The RMCV. Oh, and he loses his army at the same time. Now icing drones desperately, losing war factories to the Yuri Prime. The army coming in is going to melt his base. With this one attack, it looks like Osama's going to end the game.
Yeah, and I think Legend's already lighting a cigarette here by the time that Yuri Prime came in. Wow. Well, Osama's map pick and played it like a fiddler. He can just sit there until you're distracted, you know, and like, what do you, I mean, you know, you can't dedicate, how much energy can you dedicate to you know, keeping an eye on the Yuri Prime? It's just so annoying. Really, really well played. Now over to Legend's map pick here, downhill rush. See how this one goes, Legend. I mean, it's a close one. It's certainly a close one. You know, that one, you know, by the end of it kind of seemed like a wave, but yeah, Osama just absolutely dialed in on that map. FF Death Punch with the biddies. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate the follows. Lost Conscious Day, Judy too. Appreciate it, guys. Snark, actually,
what a fascinating choice here.
Yeah. So wait, what are we seeing? Oh, the map pick from Legend, you mean?
Yeah. Very interesting. It looks like Legend's trying to anti-scout here pretty desperately, so he might be planning something sneaky. Now, this is a map, brilliant masterpiece out of Berg, where you can repair this bridge and you're literally like 2 meters away from each other.
Yeah. Oh, this is a Berg map, huh? Yeah, this is a fun one to start so close to each other. And yeah, so and he did get a brute through when it was all said and done. So he did get it fully scouted. But yeah, there's some interesting thing that can happen here. Obviously, you can repair this bridge and rush right over.
Oh, God.
Engineer,
oh, that hurts.
500 credits down the drain. When the brute kills an infantry, is it a special infantry animation? Like they break into pieces?
Yeah, they explode.
And it's not used for anything else, huh?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's kind of crazy that these game designers were sitting around coming up with such little nuanced things like that, and then not considering little balance things. The things that they did are so curious to me. All right, flag track coming. There is an engineer in it.
There's an engineer, but it's being targeted. Although this Rhino getting some value, the Initiate's getting value as well. Now crushing their back and forth, coming in. It's about to get undeployed. What? Oh.
Okay.
Does force the undeploy though. That must have been a radar or something being built there that has now slowed down Legend out with his own radar. Only 3 lashers on the field. Osama concerned. Let's put it this way: when a Yuri player starts off with 3 lashers, you know he's not in his most comfortable position. You usually don't want to do that. Yeah,
scrambling a little bit, forcing him to go with a few lashers. Again, that MCV undeployed does get some value, cancels out a building. Having to spend 2 engineers for it is a little bit annoying, but that was, man, I would love to have seen Legend's POV there. The way that he threw the flak back, threw the flak in, got it, was getting pressure, threw the flak out, took the Rhino to micro down the initiates, brought the flak back in. That was really, really nice. All said and done, not a tremendous amount of value, but nice move.
Indeed. Really nicely played there. Now Osama coming in with his own pressure.
Okay.
Let's see what... Desolator to cancel, so Osama's not going to be able to get much done here. Although clearing out these buildings, that's nice.
Yeah, the range on those mags just so annoying. Does get a little bit of damage there on that mag already. Now...
Gotta harass this miner on gems.
Oh yeah, nice.
Very nice. There's still no lab out for Legend. That's surprising.
Yeah, you feel like... Okay, now there's the lab. Yeah, you feel like Legend, his whole plan there was to kind of bamboozle Osama and get up on macro. You know, it's not like that time he was selling the farm, he was kind of just bamboozling. So you think his macro would have got up, but he's got a nice economy underneath him here. Handful of rhinos. I think he's sitting pretty good. Discs out now for Osama.
Yeah. Do you see the Deso dance? Deso going back and forth with a miner, but still costing the miner precious mining time. Now the disc trying to take out these Desolators. 2 flak tracks out to counter, but Mag and Lasher's close behind.
God, can 2 flags even get a dit? I mean, God, what's it? Ooh, and now the flags get on their own radiation. Needs to be careful. Does not want to lose those flags. Those Lashers are on quite a bit of radiation, though. Okay, disc goes down. Yeah, it's funny. I feel like we're doing that thing. I always get the comments where we're like start cheering for someone. And it's like, I'm cheering for Legend because Osama wrecked him last week, and now Osama's looking tough. I'm like, the thing is, when it comes down to match point, I don't cheer for anyone. But I want to get to match point, and I just feel like Legend needs to get a little bit of momentum. He really needs to win this point. I think this is a big point for Legend right now.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Osama currently ahead on the scoreboard, 2-1 for Osama, but Legend building up very nicely. The Iron Curtain is going to be ready momentarily, and he's in a very nice position at the moment.
Service Depot out as well. Service Depot for a second MCV, I think?
I doubt a second one, probably just in case, and to be able to fix those flak tracks that were on the Desolation.
Nice.
But, this Mastermind's overloaded and drones. Okay, it's gonna pop.
Oh, and he, a second earlier, he could have ran those Desos into those miners and may have freed up that Mastermind, but ultimately that whole little circus act there with the Desolators, definitely in Legend's favor. Kind of a no, and now Osama killing his own Desolators with that disc.
Yeah, he doesn't want the Mastermind to be overloaded. It's already down to half health. And now the Iron Curtain is ready. Legend choosing not to push. He's going to make drones instead to take out Osama's army, but the Psychic Dominator is out. Legend does not have the counterpart to the nuclear missile.
Yeah, the nuke would be nice right now. IC out, and again, we saw this bundle work for Legend. Okay, drives right past that army. Oh, now the Rhinos to take the army, the drones to take...
The units back at home, try to get value there. Another Mastermind comes out. That could be drones.
Ooh,
wow.
Does get another drone in. Cleans out the army and lands quite a few drones there. Now let's see what he can do.
Psychic Tower's definitely ready. Needs to be careful here.
You see him kind of ducking and weaving here on the edge of the base. He knows that Psychic Tower's coming. He's got to try to few flags. He can try to throw into a Psychic Tower or Mastermind if needed. Now he's got to start picking targets. Going to go right at the power plant. Great move, and it does put him low power. Huge.
Oh, two Masterminds, though. He's sandwiched, and the blinds are right there.
Well, wow. The one Mastermind popped before you got it ground up. That was very, I feel like Legend got maybe just a hair lucky there, because that was a really well orchestrated little defense there. Those 2 Masterminds, the Grinder, and right in that proximity. But one Mastermind did pop, and it freed a few of Legend's slaves. Slaves. Freeing slaves. Freed a few of his Rhinos. Okay. Yeah, Legend making things happen. Psychic Dominator coming.
Yeah, but ultimately, Ivor, he didn't really get any value on that offensive, and he is kind of behind here. The Psychic Dominator is going to be ready before the nuclear missile.
He is going broke, and now he needs to scramble some flags. Did bounce that flag off the radiation nicely. I see drones, and again, kind of treading water here, staying alive, using these drones to slow down Osama's army. But yeah, Legend. Hey, he's got a nice little Rhino bundle here, but you're right. He needs to get his teeth into something on Osama's side of the field.
Indeed, and now Legend trying to counter again at the bottom. Mastermind already there to counter, and a forward war factory to pop out another Mastermind at a moment's notice. Now a Kirov coming out. Now this could be annoying. Osama all of a sudden have to force to defend from air.
That's curious. Osama 3K in the bank. He's going to send... Ooh, that was nice. Good map awareness there. Going to get a disc on it right away, but flags to counter. That'll push the disc back. Now that disc can't come into play until the Kirov's on his side of the stream. And I like this. Attention to detail. Gonna babysit this Kirov, make sure he gets value. Actually, I take it back. I don't like this. I think that Kirov probably could have tried to push. Although now the Gats are there, now he can go topside. How many bunkers can Osama build?
Yeah, so Osama forced to build bunkers because the next IC drones will clean up his anti-air. If he wants that anti-air to survive, he needs bunkers. But Osama going all out for bunkers, that's a little bit over.
Yeah, and that Kirov now can kind of route around that. He doesn't really have the economy, and that put him broke. Desolator deployed.
Oh, the Desos. Oh,
nice.
My God. That is huge.
Yep.
That is huge. Osama just throwing away his units at this point.
Yeah, he's trying to take these flags, clear things out.
But the discs on the MCV?
Oh! Oh, now he does have a service depot.
Wow.
Wow, that's a lot
Yeah,
of
but
discs.
no anti-air. The
No.
masterminds managed to kill all of the anti-air. Legend. What is going on? And no, Force Shield, hello?
The Psychic
Oh.
Dominator.
Oh
and
my god.
Wow, and that Psychic Dominator actually destroyed that Mastermind. I think it freed up a couple flags possibly. And now Osama.
What was that?
Wow. I'd have to go back and rewatch that again. Surely a few things he could have done differently. Needed to take those Masterminds earlier. Now these Brutes goes right into all these Brutes, goes right into the Masterminds, goes right into everything. There's a few ways to play that. I'm not sure that was the way. Kirov coming.
Yeah, he's just trying to deny the anti-air, but already 3 gats on his Kirov. It's going to get some value. I don't know if enough, and I don't know if it was worth throwing away half his army for. Legend with the 0 super weapons now makes an MCV. A desperate MCV, I might add. This game is over, Ivor.
10K in the bank is about the only thing going in Legend's favor right now. Osama is broke, but look at this war machine. I mean, he's got 4 war factories. He's got a battle lab. He's got both super weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, that was, again, gotta rewatch that, but Legend was, those Masterminds came, they neutralized the flag tracks. Legend didn't take care of the Masterminds fast enough, and then his drones were droning the mind-controlled flag tracks, and the disc just had no counter. They got so much value. It was painful to watch.
Yeah, very, very tough. Well, you guys are watching someone get curb stomped who's already unconscious, or you're watching one of the best comebacks in the history of Red Alert 2. Stay tuned. We will see here as Legend from the grave is able to get an IC back in play. All right, Snark, right now, if Legend came back and won, would this be the craziest comeback you've ever seen?
Dude, if Legend...
won this game, not the match, but this game.
Listen, I never gamble in my life. If Legend wins this game, I'm going out and buying a lottery ticket.
Okay, but
it means crazy things are happening in the world.
But specifically, would it be the craziest comeback you've ever seen?
Without the slightest hint of a shadow of a doubt.
He's got an MCV and an IC. I think crazier things had happened. I believe in old Legend. Yeah.
Nah. He's facing a Yuri player with 5 war factories, double super weapons on the back foot. At this point, Osama's playing with his food.
Osama is out of money, though. There's no money left on the map, Psychic Dominator. All right.
I like Legend's chances here.
Nice.
This is not the standard map I'd pick as a Yuri player.
You guys give the power mushroom to Osama. These guys are working against me in the chat. Yeah, well...
What? Why is what's going on here?
You guys here?
What's with all the yellow crates in the chat? What? Golden Knight. There we go.
Golden Knight's the only one who understands. We're here for the barn burners, boys. We're here for the barn burners. Yeah, well, again, Osama did have to pick 6, and Legend was able to pick 3. So we'll see here. It is 3-1. Osama match point. We'll see if Legend's the kind of guy who bends or breaks. And now Legend gets a power mushroom. Power mushrooms do benefit Legend more than Osama, I've now decided. So Legend now has a leg up thanks to the chat. Good job, chat. You guys are living it. Snark, last night you showed up in my dreams and you were meeting my family. We were at this some kind of family gathering, like my friends and my family, and you were being so weird. And I was like, Snark, just be normal. Just act like you normally do. And then I realized, I'm like, wait, maybe Snark is only really cool when it comes to Red Alert 2. Maybe he's actually a really weird guy. That was my epiphany in my dream, that you're actually a weirdo.
And then you remembered that you met me in real life.
This was in the dream scenario. And then I'm like, wait, that's already checked out. I've already met Snark. He is actually a normal person in real life. It checked out, but it was so weird. Everyone's like, who's this weird guy? I'm like, dude, online he's really cool.
Wait, that's kind of insulting. I really we go to Amsterdam and all that, and you say that I'm normal. That's very. I pride myself on being weird.
You want to be Dream Snark. Yeah, that's funny. You said you'd come commentate with me, and that was enough to get you in my dreams. Okay, the mag and the gat. He's trying to drop it on the cliff. He misses it.
Wow. Yeah, and that. Oh my God, that was so close. The mag survives. Osama, magnificent mag juggler. Now he's gonna drop this rhino on the cliff. So being very annoying early on.
He's kind of botching these. He's kind of botching this. This is like kind of a struggle bus. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Not again, not again, not again.
There we go.
Okay, okay. He finally gets it. The other rhino's a little late, and now it's gonna die as well. Legend just not willing to commit any resources to dealing with this mag, so.
Ooh, and the very annoying right out of range that sentry gun. Okay, now the sentry gun gonna get some shots. Okay. Now.
Oh no!
Oh,
no.
that'd be so annoying.
God.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, he's trying to run with it.
Oh my
No!
God.
Oh, that was so.
Oh, what was that state?
Wow.
Ivor, did you like talk to them ahead of time and tell them, all right, here's what I want?
Yeah, it's just like wrestling. I'm all right. And point number 4, we'll have an early mag. Let him almost drop the miner. To get the people going. Any of you guys unfamiliar? OP. You drop the miner on the refinery. It destroys the miner and the refinery, and then your other player has to go home with his tail between his legs. Okay, what do we know? Who's up? Who's up?
Yeah, so currently both players teched up. Osama able to move those miners over to the gems in the front, completely confident that Legend's not going to be able to punish that. And Legend out with a sneaky flak track. We're going to assume there's either a Deso or an Engie in there, going down to the bottom left side of the map, waiting for an opportunity. Now, we've seen Legend win with this before. Is Osama on his game, or is Legend just... Oh, okay, it's a Deso.
Okay. Well,
kind of useless Deso.
Oh, dun 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 dun.
Oh,
That's called a. I call that the look over here. I call that the look over here. He gets the
Oh my god!
And he had every viewer and Osama and me and Snark looking on the bottom while he went topside. Legend, the God of Thunder, aka the God of Weaseling.
Dude, Legend, how does he do? He literally managed to distract me and you as well.
And I like how when that Desolator came out, the way we were like, oh. Oh, wow. Okay. And Legend fighting Tooth and Nail here. Tooth and Nail, you know, it's one of those expressions you don't really think about. I like it. It's like, oh, we're having a fight. You bring in a gun, you bring in a knife. I'm bringing whatever I can. I'll bite him and claw him if I have to. And that's what Legend's going for here, busting out the Engineers to get his second win in this series so far. Hey.
Yeah, so that IC defense is going to render Osama's offensive useless, and that allows Legend to push in with the Rhinos. And now these 3 miners who were so confident and so happy a moment ago, yeah, we could just mine on the opponent's side and not be scared, are going to die. They're going to die, Ivor.
We're free.
Oh, can he save the last one?
Okay, I think it. Wow. Okay, now Yuri Prime. Yeah, and I think again there's the mental gymnastic aspects of this game as well. There's kind of this mental tug of war of momentum that goes in throughout a series, and I like this from Osama. Like, if Osama just quit right now, like Legend did a good move, and if Osama just quit, Legend would get to kind of ride that wave into the next game. And so I like Osama here forcing Legend to convert the position, because I think it slows down the momentum a little bit, but also it's kind of like saying, nah, I might still get you. It's kind of like a respect thing, like Osama to be like, I might still get you, and then Legend, gets a little more frustrated, and there's some mind games involved, and I like that from Osama, although ultimately, Osama is going to lose this game. One has to wait.
Yeah, the IC gets popped on only 2 drones, but most of them do get value, and now these Rhinos are controlled by the Yuri player. They get freed, and yeah, he gets no value with that offensive. In the meantime, Legend loses his entire army for free. They just get mind controlled in Osama's base. So Osama now has a few Rhinos.
And Legend trying to make this one interesting. Legend doing everything he can to lose this game.
Absolutely, giving his opponent units, saying, here, let's see if you could win with my own units against me.
Okay, now the Rhino's coming, and now the IC genetic mutator for Osama. Osama left with pretty much nothing. Isn't it so weird that Yuri didn't get a different engineer? Like, why is the Yuri engineer just a normal engineer? Like, all the random stuff they come up with, and they couldn't give Yuri his own engineer? Doesn't make any sense. Could be like a mad scientist. That could be fun.
Yeah. The Mastermind's getting popped, the Yuri clone's getting run over, and the GG being called.
And that brings us to 2-3. So Legend's staying alive here, and now it's Legend's map pick over to Poltergeist.
Wow.
Sometimes I'm tough.
We believe in you, Ivor.
Yeah, I think that Yuri should have like a mad scientist engineer. I don't know. I think I can kind of picture like a mad scientist like figure. dark map. Look
Yeah,
at this
where's
dark
Berg?
map.
Is Berg taking notes?
Yeah, Berg, can we get, okay, a couple things. I'd like this map to be brighter. Well, just like, it's one of those things where it's like, imagine if we could see better. I mean, imagine, it's kind of like life. Like, it's like, wow, this is cool. And then it's like, imagine if you could see it better. That's okay. It's all right. It's a cool map. It's a fun map. I like the hue in the middle, the purple hue. It's fun. I like the polar bears.
Oh, Berg is like, why just fix the lighting? Why not just scrap the entire map?
Berg going hardcore. Hey, the lighting's a little off. Berg's like, yeah, I hear you. I'm going to delete the entire map from the entire server so no one can ever play it again. Love that, Berg. And then also add the mad scientist for the Yuri engineer. Thank you very much, Burger. All right. And now this time the MC. You know what's funny, Snark, in that last series last week, the first game, Osama walled his MCV, and I'm like, why is he doing that, you think? And it's like, well, now you know. And
well, now you know.
And it costs so little. Like, if you're not, okay, let's think about this. If you're not going to move your MCV, and you're not playing an allied player, you don't have to, like, dodge eagle shots, why not wall the MCV? Like, even if someone dies, it's going to give you extra time. In the beginning of the game, you have enough time to build without sacrificing any attention or clicks, and it costs nothing, right? I don't know. Probably worth it.
It's 400 to wall your entire CV. It's really, really cheap.
Yeah, so 400.
It's less than a sentry gun.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think, it'd be kind of an interesting study. If every game of players walled their MCV, what percentage of the time would they find themselves saying, wow, I wish I wouldn't have walled my MCV? Okay.
Yeah, probably not much, but we should definitely have like a video montage of that, Ivor, where you're like, why does he wall his MCV? And I just show like 10 clips of him getting NG'd, all right?
Oh my god, that's so annoying. That Lasher keeps bringing up his 3 tanks. They're like all humming on their way up to the battlefield, and then the Lasher gets drunk. Yeah, I think that should always be it. It should be like, why did he do this? Boom. Why did he do that? Boom. Now we know. Learn from experience.
Indeed, indeed. So now one Desolator just walking, you know, just taking a jog down the bottom of the map. Maybe go harass these miners or something like that. Legend now getting the gems at the bottom as well. That's going to boost his economy very nicely. I assume he's building a battle lab right after this. And Osama getting his miners out.
And Osama walling the oil on the top side as well. No more shenanigans. And to be fair, that's a great idea from Osama, because right now it's 2-3 and Legend, both of his wins on the back of engineer shenanigans. 2-3, best of 7. If Osama wins this, the series is over. If Legend wins it, we officially get to burn some farms. And I will be incredibly excited. Miner now chasing a Desolator. That's exactly what he wants. Anything to keep the slaves from shoveling ore. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, we need another montage of slave miners chasing Desolators. There's probably a lot of time of that happening. Now, Yuri Prime out on the field. Now, the reason he makes a Yuri Prime on this map specifically is because he is able to go over the water, and it's very hard to keep track. Oftentimes, a Soviet player won't even have the entire water scattered out. There's certain areas he just can't reach. You could just camp a Yuri Prime there, wait for an opportune moment. We saw him use it on 2-back, and Legend did lose his MCV to that strategy.
A little bit of lag here. Yeah, the Yuri Prime is very, very scary in these kind of situations. And it's hard for people to remember. I have a lot of people who come back to my channel, who haven't played in 10, 15 years, and they can't remember. They think that the players can see as well, but this is just an observer mode, obviously. The players, most of this area in the middle, they won't even have it scouted. So now using the Siege Chopper to scout, very, very nice. Now using the Siege Chopper.
Going for the power. Gonna be just a little bit annoying that Osama bring his entire army back.
The Siege Chopper.
Actually, Legend has tanks as well.
It sounds like a BB gun. It sounds like the Siege Chopper is shooting spitballs. Flak tracks topside. Okay.
Let's see what their target is here. It needs to be because of that Mastermind defending the top left position here. Legend still threatening top and bottom. Flak tracks on the top. Rhino Tick's not going in again. Osama's reaction. Oh, and the drone gets in the Mastermind in the top. That's annoying. The IC gonna be ready in 30 seconds, Ivor, and these rhinos are right in his face. They're right there.
Yep, and it's gonna be annoying. And again, we've talked about this. I feel like in a couple games where we've kind of seen the juggle early on from Legend, we haven't seen him quite sink his teeth into Osama's base a couple of the games that he's lost. Let's see what he can do here. Like to see him get some value. Mag does grab one Rhino before the Iron Curtain comes. Iron Curtain's ready now, though. Oh, and he dives the... Ooh, he tried to dive. Oh, I thought he was... Oh, he's trying to hit the Mag. I thought he was going to try to dive on the Yuri Prime. Happy to grind that Rhino.
That's interesting. I feel like Legends could have gotten the MCV there at the
Ooh.
very least, if not the Battle Lab, but decided to retreat and clean up the army with drones, and now come in for the offensive.
Okay.
And now Osama doesn't have anything left to defend. First going for the power plant, which is going to make the psychic tower go down, but he doesn't get him low power.
Doesn't get him low power, and that is so big. You know, as a player, when you're building your economy, obviously you don't want to overproduce. You don't want to have too much money or too much power. You want to, you know, obviously straddle that production. But as a Yuri player, got to keep extra power there, and that was huge. Had that power plant gone down, that would have played out a little differently, although plenty of brutes to defend as well. And again, Legend just not quite getting that big juicy bite out of Osama's base that he wants.
Yeah, and we missed it, and the top Legend went in with some flag tracks, lost all of those. Those all got ground up as well. So Legend on the back foot, and now Osama coming in with a very scary army. Legend deciding to go in for offensive in the bottom again. With this army coming towards his base, we're going to have to multitask, Ivor.
Yeah, he's going to go for... and Desolators to hold the line, flag tracks to hold the line. Disc gets peeled off to take the Desolators. Rhinos hunting bottom side Mastermind. Oh, that Mastermind's going to pop.
Oh my god, and he clicks down his Rhinos that are mind controlled, and he manages to defend perfectly. Legend losing his entire army. IC drones to defend this position. He's going to dive on the MCV. He's definitely going to get it.
For sure. He needs a Desolator desperately, though, but he's low power, so their nuke's not coming, the Iron Curtain's not coming. If a Desolator were to pop...
And now, these brutes are gonna... Oh, God.
He could have just got a Desolator out of that barracks, maybe, but now the brutes gonna be so annoying with these flag tracks.
And now these 3 Rhinos coming in the bottom.
Oh, that's annoying. Remember!
Get a war factory.
Remember where you're from! Don't
remember where your loyalties truly lie. Doesn't help, Ivor. They're not convinced. They're like, what? No, we want to fight for the best Yuri player in the world.
Duh. He's about to win the series. So Legend desperately needs to get very lucky with his Deso deploys. He does have his power online. He's got 13k in the bank.
Yeah, the IC, though, still 2 minutes away. And he doesn't have power because the disc is on the power plant. So, no power either.
Oh, the ominous disc in the back of the base. Am I doing a good job? You're doing a good job, though. Doing a great job.
Yeah. Are they winning because of me?
They sure are.
The fight.
I can shoot the miner while I do this. Oh. And Osama takes it home. And, I mean... You know, we talked about Legend maybe almost winning that first point or whatever that we had to redo, but when it's all said and done, you just got to call it how it is. 4-2, Legend won 2 points with backdoor NGs. Osama, there's no one in the Western world on CncNet right now who's going to beat Osama's Yuri. I don't see that happening. I don't know who could do it.
Here.